game of team your friend Inter Milan and also the intensity and the attacking football of team your friend Barcelona any share area say na akọ atipenko obiasa ne yonko e ka miensa now wo hwe SG na area mu na boss player say na SG netie from open play Barcelona enya 1.19 SG from open play. Inter Milan for 0.39 from open play. Meaning, so now time about another park and that's why I bono. Barcelona for to me control. Inter Milan for yepa. From set pieces, Barcelona for 0.18 from set pieces. Inter Milan 0.88 from set pieces. It means say na kwana bi bedaho. Free kick bid the Ebedawa, na Inter for any creative chance at the chance na Barcelona for on that day, team my friend Inter Milan created two goals from set pieces a buamu emomu to minya that fantastic draw na omunya no. Ye red game no straight away, ye share the first goal na Inter Milan for SAN. But player Inter for bano. Clearly you could see say they had an idea of how come break it down Barcelona pressing no matter key advantage of Barcelona high line. It's right from the start. Omne really toss no omne nya ball no. Omo pass ball na no mboko actually. With the aim said they are baiting Barcelona to press. Now Makan Sambe for Barcelona pressing no and obi otiem Wednesday na no pa bia ebe hu say because Barcelona press here most of the times we want a pivot no and a first striker instead of the center back. Because of Sanya Barcelona is pressing. It's the Biabo se Pedri. Na ojina striker ho. Me ma example. Abrana Frankie de Jong ejina se Burasi ho against Borussia Dortmund. Me ma another example in the Clasico na also between Barcelona and Real Madrid Supercopa de no. Me ma another example na Casado any Pedri mom and na ejina Mbappe mo. Eti echira wo say Barcelona press be out who pivot no with the striker rather than the center back with the striker. It's now Inter Milan for na bobo no kwachire. Barcelona for ko press with their usual man to man. Why na air first striker no Frankie de Jong and the general Lautaro Martinez so. Boss player Frankie de Jong and Lautaro Martinez gina ho. Why never pick area duo. Lautaro Martinez will pick the area duo over Abrante friend Frankie de Jong. Another problem because of Barcelona for na press here pivot to for no baako ebetumi abesha back line nim na baako join the forward press nti defensive line enim no untanya a player ho defensive line enim no untanya player ho classic kwakwaso in the Copa del Rey no second half Real Madrid took advantage of that space particularly Jude Bellingham and the Inter Milan for ne say eto hwe image here 05 previous image na the to so mam Lautaro Martinez wa pick header no but o pick header no can say DMB gina defense no and in back line enim but when the gina ho hwe be a Pedri gina Pedri so ko press bi eti ball ne buy no 05 ko anim am ubon say ball na abeto Pedri any Dion echi abeto Pedri ni Dion echi ya why na efa abrante femi Turam je ball na because a well rehearsed play I'm not rehearsing from training ground or je ball na no bounce ma ball ma midfielder na oba no and omo botu Gerard Martin echi na boss player Gerard Martin ni recovery run e form enya de obekwa to doom face and a boss player sad sequence no and e do go ni buy omo beti Barcelona pressing no Frankie de Jong Lautaro Martinez take advantage of the area superiority because of say pivot ni nya kwa anymore omo pressing no there wasn't any Barcelona player screening in front of the back line until Turam pick second ball no Oba so pass no the free player and on bottle Gerard Martin the same sequence and one will be the breaking high line no. It's way idea na Inter Milan for no year throughout the game but boss player because omunya that early goal nti amomu your madwen say on best settle now Inter for no ebe ball 5-3-2 pampe na sanka Inter Milan and enye Inter Milan a different team maybe they wouldn't have survived the first half because of how resolute they are in defending. Omunim defended too much, but still now Barcelona try share 3 goals through individual brilliance and also some team play. Now Osha Barcelona born be able to born in akwala mi yamaho. Barcelona born not attack ni lopsided. Ni na nam the right hand side rather than the left hand side. Etucha image here the most progressive passes of Barcelona ni nyinaa ekɔ the right hand side na ball ni nyinaa ekɔ Lamine Yamal ho di entia boss player left was Gerard Martin na daw Gerard Martin, he is not known for the progressive carries onim twen and nipa no osan ne bɔ ne Denzel Dumfries another physical player it won't mean bulino on that day Denzel Dumfries we need 80% of the duels against Gerard Martin eti enya dia na Gerard Martin ebe to me be against Denzel Dumfries eti na the only solution is say omede ball no ebe bre Lamine Yamal eti ball ni nyina about the right hand side now any just some of Barcelona for enjoy and say na ball ni about right hand side now na about most potent player who that is Lamine Yamal eti on that day Lamine Yamal boss player or receive 27 line breaking passes 27 line breaking passes and Osanya 102 touches of the ball. This is unheard of in the current football for a winger. One time with a winger, a ball no any touches be but because of say Inter style mu defending and no ball Lamine Yamal ema touches. Style ben Inter for defending. Inter for defending with a narrow midfield. It's a 5-3-2. Narrow midfield. Sankaya 4 and a 1-5. One of the players able to me pu Lamine Yamal now prevent so able to me settle in the game. But because of saying narrow midfield ninti, Barcelona for easily they could locate a brother friend Lamine Yamal. Et tu sais immédiat. Kubasi Jibona narrow midfield of Inter Milan. Omunina gunfifi no pass the Abraham Lamine Yamal. Pedri Jibona narrow midfield of Inter Milan no or pass at the Abraham friend Lamine Yamal. That was how Lamine Yamal enya most touches of the ball and receiving most line breaking passes. Osha imagine na da hono 5-3-2 narrow midfield of Inter Milan omoje bona no de Abraham friend Lamine Yamal. Ho and Lamine Yamal individual quality no boss player a chance say e coming to play. Oje bona ujan 1v1 obetwon. So ujan Lamine Yamal 1v1 obetwon. Eti adia na Simeone Inzaghi ye ne say Mkhitaryan now or midfield ni omra no me board mako no mo force 2v1 against Lamine Yamal but the qualitative superiority and the be can wasem player bi wo ho an quality no so eti ema ni team ni advantage and when Lamine Yamal de ma Barcelona no at 2-0 down ojibo ni bia what the nipa 2 what the nipa 3 egu no so na or try na or force na or dribble no create chances at the team friend Barcelona. So the quality of Lamine Yamal came into play at 2-0 down, but because of the narrow block, Interphone used to particularly across the midfield, and Maninya most touches, and Mani receiving most of the passes at the board team and friend Barcelona. But what was the problem? Both players, Lamine Yamal, near your Banusu 2v1 now. Omo, and to me make it run no and furniture. Because Bastoni, particularly Bastoni, ne de bia ya instructing say on man marking omo etushe imedia you could see Bastonia all stepping up adiababe marking omo Inter for center backs they are aggressive but Barcelona did not take advantage of the aggressive positioning they be almost stepping through a back line eti Bastoni de bia no obehe omo e create one chance but Ferran Torres and to me on control ball ni eti there was a sequencer Lamine Yamal J-ball no 05 ko ni mam so to me nwa Lamine Yamal J-ball no eti boss player sequence ni bini dan omo or pulling Bastoni out of the back line a creating space where case ko bi di America ko fa ho na ka quick pass o ma locate sa player eti Bastoni de bia another example no follow Lamine or follow omo de bia no follow omo creating a space in the back line but Barcelona taking advantage of that space but baby Barcelona taking advantage of that space no Ferran Torres on control ball ni this is the example. Lamine Yamal J-ball na and omo making run or pulling center back na in a creating space man Ferran. Ferran first start no e betray no and to me get off the shot early. That was the sequence and Barcelona started the big game. Lamine Yamal individual brilliance. Omo Ashasi making runs no off the ball, send a baby police center backs and the 2v1s no and on the Facebook no. O double up on our colana said day. The quality ne kura no. And now oya wingers na omunya one way. They be ameka say left-footed wingers na don't go tournament no. Utie tie so they be a person who cut in. Now babo shorter scout to be and founder. Because we are predictable. I say we are two-footed. Uko inside, no ako outside. Uko inside, no ako outside. And no Lamine Yamal de yomo. Eki Mkhitaryan eba Dimarco ba 2v1 obetumi de akofo Dimarco and no ye ya boy ya ekwohwe ba no. That was the sequence and Lami Yama for ewo game. The guy Aklani good and Opusi Barcelona Emma 2-1 by. But boss player and Barcelona for second goal. Rafinha inverted left wing and what you man is saying Barco. Oberboa overload midfield. It is so inverted midfielder. A Boama Barcelona for any more numbers. That is one reason. Another reason is saying, so what invertible Fifi, you drag the fullback along, you create space, I'm a Barcelona fullback to arrive. It is a Rafinha, but insider, the fullback in the neighbor. The fullback in the neighbor, Gerard Martin or Dahon, Ebenya space, not Wababe toast space. Born about 2 and while, obey me a bo, and obey me a carry the abandoning. That is the second option. The third option, I know I'm a Rafinha, 8 goals, baby, no. I say, you have a chance to run in between the fullback and also the center back. Fullback and center back in term hono. Some space near the hono. A honor bet to me Eddie Americana fa. And this is what study Rafinha. This is also goes power because of how or running in behind. But for the past 4-5 games, Rafinha nyebi. One won 51. Now Rafinha dropping up a pebble ni biabo. Instead of constantly running in behind. But Barcelona a second goal. It came from a sequence of Rafinha running in between the wing back and the center back. It offer Kwani Mame Sobe Hunsa image now. Makacho said Barcelona team no. Obo low blocks are saying they have a way of penetrating the block. Either through individual brilliance, either through team play. And they can go around you, over you, or through you. Barcelona team no has a flick and so much me aqua block no. Or me to me aqua block him through the center or around you and over you. So bet to me abobo na so. And they have the midfielders on be pick passes no. And to me analysis me bo Pedri din so about 101 line breaking passes. The fourth most in the Champions League this season. It's image no. And he found Rafinha fa in between Besak and Dumfries. Left winger no, wadwuma no. Ya babo no 50 ana ni 50. One 50 awo ye dey. One na 50 awo ye dey. Constantly Masara no. Pedri who sa wa running na and no flow two ball man over the block. One go around you, one go through you, or over the block. Pedri who no run and no bomber no. He ain't fan of Bastoni wo. Bastoni he Omo. Et to Omo who say so dragging no. Or dragging na Ferran Torres far Achebi ho. Achebi when 36 years. The turning no air de man. And a Ferran Torres taking advantage 2-2.
Say I am manual. Nyini sa na no ma manu.
Aye manu. Etu wanyini. The pace na afrim.
Yeah.
And na one scan one hwebe bia na Ferran Torres wo. And na Ferran wo pace chain. Eti omo drag Bastoni say Bastoni abekam. Wa drag Bastoni ama Bastoni abekam. Rafinha left winger, inverted left winger. The space na here between the wing back and the center back na one is offer. Offer on Pedri quality obetumi allocate pass na man. And opimsi wo Ferran Torres ashe. Barcelona 2-2. Now Barcelona back game they were trying say ombe to me go boss player. Interphony defended too much. The way Interphony defended the central area no. Efekwa. Interphone the one who defended central area. Boss player may say any other team. And na Barcelona and the boss have won the first half. Ka game no more game no. Because almost silly tokuro biya.
At some point, there is 73-27 possession.
Possession, and fun.
But omu jibon is one eye.
Omu jibon na ehu because of the transitions. Transitions, no, we are very good at transitions. And to she kunde positioning na kunde or brepa. But now it's flicking person very risky na amana konenim because of the rest defense.
Yeah.
In the first half, Barcelona pressing was effective. Counter pressing. Na interphone so say ombe rotate. Omo board up no to say dey be omo ye no because oko rotate na oko kamu
that fluid that
they no must throw some because of the Barcelona pressing omo at first of no mo chire omo but omo je ball no pe no mo ko break pe na asamaba now Lamine Yamal individual brilliance adwuma Pedri individual brilliance adwuma but boss player ball ni nyina be far right hand side that mean say Barcelona be predictable eti ade na Barcelona fon person mo ye say on the left hand side hono ɛhɔ ɛna ɔmbɛyɛ build up no until they started to use overload to isolate it wɔn overload the left side na nka Pedri ni Frankie de switch at the about the right hand side no matter say ɔmbɛtumi afiri nipa na ɛwɔ Lamine Yamal ho no first no ɔsɛ na 2v1 3v1 it wɔn person wɔn build on the left side no more pulling Inter Milan block na be see left side almost switch the bread Lamine Yamal at least a 1v1 ɔbɛtwi nipa koro no that was what they were doing but Inter is so resolute Inter is intelligent in defending etwehwɛ image here ɔmo puli ɔmo nyina akadimako ɛne abrante friend Lamine Yamal etika switch ne ba ya Lamine Yamal ba beje one on one on dimako that was what Barcelona were doing
one man in Sassuas you know Kunda
na Eric Garcia time over mu but boss player into first half ne there Inter for no quote two ne up no Barcelona tried bibia so mbeye and they were sparked by abrante friend Lamine Yamal but second half no ahanam ni Hansi Flick ya adwen say ene ananyambo ochina match no rotate boss player after 70th minute na Barcelona players na brace tam after 70th minute a ho in Inter started say omo build up no eye adwuma mo a ho na Bastoni onya time and space on the ball na obon long diagonal na otitive na anima na yema show
so na demon of Piacenza
adwuma no
Simeone started
as I say boss player they had a template on how kombe bubu Barcelona but omo buy no munya early goal into omo your man so be a little bit conservative and Barcelona pressing was intense and ti amo time amo man nya de omo ye no but time Barcelona pressing ne ba form because of fatigue no they started doing what they do best
the norm
fluid build up passing and runs no mo ball after the ball na e be hu dia Barcelona it after the starting with Barcelona high line Inter for na starting break it the whole of the match no Inter for create 66.7% of their chances through Dumfries one a hono mo create chances di entia omo your imagine say omo pull Barcelona e dia ba the Marco side wo no more stretch ball in their brain Dumfries now Obiama run in behind that was the normal mu use it was 5 image ni bi and in the second half na be prominent omo ball na no their brain Denzel Dumfries ji ball na sometimes you could be who basic it dey be make Inter Milan for na make overlapping center backs in your stationary now be who basic all running through the half space it was I think say match no Barcelona ni bi so no the open say chance ka Barca be win because ka Barca win the pressure by two boys no so was San Siro
I'm just reference ye ne
Dortmund ye ne dey see and Liverpool in Roma there no so at this time no boss players still open Inter Milan for ne chere say particularly in the second half how dangerous they are with the ball and how won be to break Barcelona block no and Barcelona so chere say omo attack no matter how abesho omo no they can still score a goal but Hansi Flick yesterday na game management or improving no so boys na breast 70th minute there's no need of going into a high press brebe tua wo to kakra betua wo to because you are just say high press now obi be late in the pressing action because it will leave gaps in the system and no na Hansi Flick enya de be can wansem ni game management no amwa and no yeah classical Real Madrid for sure magic Copa del Rey the players are tired they cannot press effectively and that time no and so reduce line kakra bra in a mid low block but compact space no na try say overboard counter attack and no na Barcelona for anye no but I think say you better a good match in the second leg send your boss player ebesibia kakra bi on Arsenal ne
kakra bi na me
na PSG boss player for the first 20 minutes Arsenal were dominated na de bia me ka say coach Papa